I first started turkey hunting in 1973, and I made my first turkey call in 1987. That thing. My first turkey call. No telling how many I've made since that. But I had this wild idea that a big old box would really make a big old deep sounding hen that I wanted. Well, it was so deep and raspy it didn't even sound like a hen, and I threw this thing back in a box in the shop. And it was 16 years later before I saw it again. I was having a shop cleaning, what I call an archaeological dig. Had a good sized fire going outside, throwing a bunch of scraps on it, and this went out the door with it, because I remembered how bad it sounded on as a hen call. Well, about the time it hit the edge of the fire, I got thinking, does it really sound like what I remember? And I took a stick and raked it out of the fire, and you can see it got scorched pretty good right there. But that time when I picked it up, I heard something in it that I hadn't heard before. Yeah, right, there is no hen in it at all. But it stays in my hunting vest, and you can see all the dates on top right here that I've written, when it has reassembled longbeards. About 80% of those dates are fall hunts, all longbeards. The rest of them are spring. And we're going to do a gobbler cluck. Makes a good old deep cluck. There's your gobbler cluck. And a lot of times when those birds reassemble, that's all they'll do. It's just cluck. Quite often you may hear clucks and gobbler yelps. Gobbler yelp is totally different than a hen yelp. Gobbler yelp, deep, raspy, really drawed out. I mean, this bird has really got a drawl to him. There's your gobbler yelp. A lot of times when I've got birds busted in the fall, a cluck might be all I do. Spring, I have used this when, and here's when you'd want to use this. Let's say that you and your hunting buddy is out, you see two longbeards running together. A lot of times, there's no telling how big of a bunch of longbeards there might be through the winter in this bachelor group, but then come spring they bust up, but still yet there'll be a couple of them that kind of hang together all through the mating season. Well, you and your buddy is working these, and man, it looks like you're going to get a double. Well, you don't know it, but your buddy can't see his shot. Now the bird has done spotted you, you got to shoot or it's over with. So you shoot and get your bird. Your buddy's left out, looks like. The other bird flies off. Well, most people think, scared up bird, ain't no use to, best thing to do is get out of here. Wrong. That is the easy bird to kill. Because there's one thing that turkeys can't tolerate. Lonely. They can't stand lonely. He will come back. He is the easiest bird to call. And those spring birds, I've had them to come back in different ways. There's times that I've went down there, I like to get this band down toward the end of this call when I'm clucking and using gobbler yelps. But there's a lot of times that I may just make a cluck and just sit back for quite a while and see what kind of response we get, if any. And there's sometimes then I may have to go ahead and do call kind of like this. A cluck, yelps, maybe another cluck. And I've had birds cluck back to that a few times and then just go to gobbling like crazy, and here they come just in a dead run, a gobbling. I've had some that would cluck a few times as they came in. But then the bird that I hate is the one that makes no sound at all. Come here, Tommy Cat. You can't get up there on the camera. Get over here and go catch you a mouse or something. And stay over here. Come here. And but a lot of the birds will do that. I mean, they will come into you and never make a sound. You better be hid good, and you better have a lot of patience, or you will get busted. But you've already got our bird right there. You know about it. He's going to be looking for his buddy, so it's worth sticking around and trying this. Now, you heard that gobble when I first started. There's a lot of time that if I don't think there's anybody around me, because one thing about it, you gobbling this place and everybody and his brother is on top of you, so you want to be sure that you've kind of got the area to yourself before you start making gobbler sounds, because it sure has a way of attracting hunters. But there's a lot of times that if a bird is being kind of contrary, I like this box right here. I've made a few yelps. He's responded, but things are just not going well. It looks like, you know, if he wants the hen to come to him, and if that's not going to happen, he's just out of there. Well, then do about one gobble, and it's better if you kind of slide that band down where it sounds a little jakey, and that way he thinks, sorry outfit, over there with my hen. A lot of times that's all it takes, is just that one gobble. If you have yelped quite a bit, then just kick back and do nothing. I mean, he don't like that. He'll be there. So there's one of the times to use that. It may seem kind of ridiculous to have a call that only does about 3 things: a gobbler yelp, a gobbler cluck, and a gobble. But if it does what it does and does it the best, and I can keep adding kill dates to the top of that lid, then I'll carry it for those 3 calls. Have a good